Well, good evening and welcome back to the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic here at Lexington Catholic. It's the semifinals. First game tonight was won by Elizabethtown, and they looked like one of the top-ranked teams in the state. Coach Scott True joins me here, and Coach, I appreciate you sitting in on the webcast here tonight as we've got a good one. It's Ashland going up against Mercy.
Should be a really good matchup tonight. Two tough, hard-nosed teams, both playing extremely well right now.
E-Town won that first game. Really no surprise there. No disrespect to their opponent, East Carter, but E-Town is, quite frankly, one of the best teams in the state.
They really are. They may be creating the difference that Marion created last year. There's kind of Marion and everybody else, and it may be that with E-Town right now. They're really, really good. They've got 4 college players, 2 big-time D1 players, and the way they're playing right now with their size and length and as well coached as they are, they're going to be a tough for anybody to take out. And I really believe they're going to be nationally ranked if they're not already very soon.
Yeah, they've got Erin Bowley. She is going to Notre Dame. I believe she already committed there. She is one of the top players in the country. She's a consensus Miss Gatorade Player of the Year, Miss Basketball candidate. Can you win Miss Basketball as a senior in the state of Kentucky?
Yeah.
I mean, as a junior?
No, it's got to be a senior. Got to be a senior. But I tell you what, their length and athleticism is really impressive, and they've played some really good teams this week and made them look not so good.
Mercy, the Jags under Keach Bice, you're very familiar with this Mercy team because you played them in this tournament. Coach Scott True from Lexington Catholic, tell us about this Mercy team. I know they love to press when they get off the bus.
They do. I think they started pressing us in the hallway the other night when we came out of the locker room. They're going to get up.
Giving you some pressure when you came out of the locker room.
They really did. They try to create tempo. They'll turn you over. They can score in bunches. They've got girls that can play inside and out. The Martin girl can go inside out, shoot the 3, and if you get a guard on her, she'll go post her up. Their post players don't get enough credit for as physical they are, as well as they move around down on the block. They're just a good team, and they come at you in waves. They'll play 10 kids, and they just keep coming, and they're going to press you 2 or 3 different ways, and if you're not careful, you'll turn it over. They'll get the ball and go down and get a layup, and as we found out the other night, you go down from 3 or 4 down, and you're down 12, and you haven't had time to even call a timeout yet. So they're going to have to do that tonight, and Ashland's going to have to handle that pressure on the other side.
Speaking of the Lady Kittens, they're coached by Bill Bradley. Alexis Robinson is kind of their leader. She averages 16 points, 7.5 rebounds. Listen to these numbers, too. She shoots 43% behind the arc, and she shoots 83% at the charity stripe. So one thing about this young lady, you don't want to let her shoot an open 3. You don't want to put her at the foul stripe.
No, you don't. And she's a better athlete than I think she gets credit for. She was out here the other night playing with Butler and all that athleticism from Butler, and she handled herself extremely well. And she shoots it well from everywhere. She can drive. She can finish. She's unselfish. She'll kick it out when she needs to. But tonight you can look when they need something and they need a basket, that's where they're going. She's going to have the ball in her hands, and she's going to either create for somebody or go finish on her own. And I'm sure Mercy's very aware of that and will make her work for everything she gets tonight.
Coach True, and then her younger sister, Makaysa Robinson, a freshman, averaging 12 points. Haley Sue Fouch averaging 17 points, 8 boards. And then Shelby Gransberry averaging 13 points, 10 rebounds for Ashland. So they have great balance, and I think this should be a heck of a basketball game here tonight between Mercy and Ashland.
It really should, and the thing with Mercy, they'll try to, if they can create the turnovers and get the pace they want, Ashland's going to want to control that a little bit, but they're not going to slow it down. They're going to push it, and then a lot of it's going to be how well the supporting cast around Robinson handles the pressure that Mercy's going to throw at them.
Ashland comes in only 1 loss of the season, but that was to an out-of-state team from Charleston, West Virginia. They're 7-1, coached by Bill Bradley, and he certainly has a basketball name, the coach at Ashland, Bill Bradley.
He does. He does a great job. Bill's been there a long time, and he just wins every year. He finds a way to win every year, and then you throw in the talent he's got now, and that's a deadly combination for a lot of people.
Gary Ball with Coach Scott True and William Warfield of PrepSpin. We'll step out. We come back. We'll give you the starting lineups and the tip. It is the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic at Lexington Catholic, Ashland and Mercy. We'll be back here after this timeout.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
Choosing a college is a major decision.
So why did I choose WKU?
Because at WKU, professors are experts in their field.
I'm encouraged to study abroad
And make the whole world my classroom.
And where I get real-world experience. Doing exactly what I want to do. And where I have all the tools I need to prepare for a successful future.
It's all within my reach at Western Kentucky University.
Welcome back here to the Buter Gymnasium on the campus of Lexington Catholic. Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield, the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here tonight. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, that's Louisville Mercy Jaguars, coached by Keith Beich. Jessica Lamley is the point guard, and Coach, she really is the young lady that makes this team go. She had 7 assists last night.
She does. She distributes very well, very unselfish. She's a true definition of a high school point guard.
Hannah Bewley is a 5'7" senior at a guard. You got Madison Woods, a 5'7" junior. And the big scorer, Mallory Martin, 6' senior, 16 points, 9 boards a game. And Elizabeth Anderson, a 6' sophomore. And, Coach, you really like the Anderson young lady, especially inside her ability to score down low.
She really does a lot of good things inside. Great footwork, very hard to handle down there one-on-one.
Ashland will start Alexis Robinson, a 5'11" senior, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Makasa Robinson, a 5'7" freshman. Haley Sue Fouch, a 5'11" senior. She averages 17 points, 8 rebounds. Shelby Gransberry, a 6' senior, averaging 13 points and 10 rebounds. So Gransberry actually the leading rebounder on this very active Ashland Lady Kittens basketball team. And the fifth starter is Caitlin Hammond, and she is a senior as well. Those are your starters. Ashland in the white with the maroon, and Mercy in the dark black with the white and the light blue trim. Mercy out of Louisville, Kentucky. And Coach True, you and I were talking, boy, when you play in that tough 6 region like they do, you got tough opponents night in and night out.
They really do, and they struggled early. And I've watched tape before, and I've watched tape the last 2 games, and they look like a completely different team. They've really gotten after, and they're playing
Anderson
well.
against Fouch, and it's control. Martin, she bounces right side. Lamley to the basket. Boy, nice. Boy, was that designed right off the
Yes, sir, right
tip?
off the tip. Yes, sir.
And she laid it in. It's 2-0 early on Mercy, and that pressure you talked about, Coach.
Yeah, they come right with it very quickly. Ashland did a very good job there with it.
Robinson, that's Alexis. She kicks it over to her younger sister, Makasa Robinson. Looks at that zone defense and lines up about a 17-footer. That's off the iron, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll be going to Mercy. So good start on the tip. Nice play off the tip. They get the bucket by Lamley. Then they come down and pack in the zone defense.
And you'll see that zone mix up. They'll pack it in. They'll trap out of it, and it looks like they're trying to shade the older Robinson there and keep her away from getting those threes you talked about.
That's Bewley. She goes now to Mallory Martin. Down low they got Anderson. Nice catch. Turn. Blocked from behind by Fouch. Good block by Haley Sue Fouch.
That's good help down on the post.
Here comes Robinson. Kicks it over to her freshman sister. Back over to Alexis. 43% behind the arc. Getting a lot of attention by those Mercy guards out on that front of that zone, too.
Yeah, you better find her quickly when she catches it.
Robinson now kicks it back over to Makasa. Down low they go to Hammond. Back out to Makasa Robinson. She averages 12 points a game, but Alexis is the superstar with 16 points a game. And her and Fouch, who averages 17. Over goes to Fouch. Back to Robinson. Stutter step. Nice move. Spin. Good dump down low. Hammond high off window. Good. Well, that's a nice job there by Robinson.
Drew the defense and dropped it off. Really good. And a steal by Ashland.
Here comes Makasa Robinson. She's got a bust out, drives down, and it's pulled away there. Martin on the floor, and she throws it away as she tried to get it to her teammate diving on the floor and threw it out of bounds. Let's go back to Ashland. We're tied at 2. 6:26 here in the first period. Ashland out of the 16th region, and Coach True, the 16th region has done well in this tournament.
Have East Carter in one semifinal and Lewis County.
Nice jumper
shot
by Robinson. Alexis showing her smooth J, and then her younger sister, the freshman, came up with a near steal on side court, 4-2. But back to that J, that was a smooth-looking jumper there.
She is so solid, and she's so smooth. She's very hard to defend. She's just a great player.
Lamley, bounce pass over down to Martin. She kicks it back down low to Lamley. Good no-look pass on the left side there to Bewley. She comes back now to Martin, and Mallory work it down on the left elbow. Spins, cut off. Back it goes now Bewley, and she knocks down the 3. Southpaw, Hannah Bewley. Well, that was a nice jumper, Coach.
Yep, nice kick out. Drew the defense, kicked it back to her, and she was ready to shoot.
No hesitation, was there?
No, none at all.
5-4, and here's a turnover in backcourt as they caused havoc there, wreaked havoc on Alexis Robinson, and she got a little overzealous and turned it over.
And Mercy in that 2-2-1 press, and they'll run about 5 versions of that tonight before it's over.
Goes now to Anderson. Left elbow. Here's a jumper off the front of the iron. No, rebounded there by Lamley. Now they go back out to Bewley, and that won't go. And here's a whistle as Bewley hits the floor. And we're going to have a foul called on the Lady Kittens of Ashland, 5-4, 5:34. But both teams, I like the jumper by Robinson, and Bewley knocked down a big three for Mercy.
I think both teams are kind of feeling each other out at this point, trying to figure out how the game's going to be called a little bit and how it's going to flow, because they both like to be pretty physical, and the referees are letting them play a little bit.
Bewley knocked down the free throw. She has 4 points now, and it's 6-4. Mercy has the lead here, 5:34, and second one rolls out. Rebound, a good rebound there by Makasa Robinson. She hands it now to older sister Alexis. Here comes Alexis down the right side, puts it between her legs, stops about an 18-footer off the iron, no, tapped around, and coming down with it there is Gransberry, but on the floor, and they get it out. Coming out of there with it, Woods. Good hustle by Mercy, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Left side.
Really quick on the break, too.
Lamley back to Martin. Here's a deep three. Good. Mallory Martin. You said she could knock down the three.
She sure can, and at 6 foot tall, that makes her doubly tough to defend.
Ashland's got to be careful here. They're down 5. Here's a stop and pop by Robinson, back of the rim, no. Tapped around, Fouch got a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll go to Mercy.
And that's what Mercy does. They get you sped up a little bit. You miss some shots you normally make, and then all of a sudden they hit a couple buckets and they get on a big run.
But, I like the shot there by the younger Robinson.
Sure.
She had a good look and just too strong back of the rim. With it, Anderson, out to Martin, bounce pass over now to Lamley. Down low to Anderson, posting up on Fouch. But nice post moves, and then we're going to have a travel called. I don't think they called a travel so much as she threw an elbow.
Yeah, they called an offensive foul. They said she cleared out as she turned.
Little hook job there, maybe?
Yeah, as she turned, she caught her with her elbow. And anytime you get head contact now, they're going to call that.
Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield here from PrepSpin. Check it out. 9-4, 4:35. Long pass, and it sails over the head of Gransberry.
That turnover category for Ashland is probably going to be the key to the game tonight.
Yeah, this pressure by Mercy causing some early problems. What is that, at least 3 or 4 turnovers?
That's at least 3, yes, sir.
Yeah. 4:30 to go, 9-4. Jaguars on top. They have lead in leather here at the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic. With it is left side is Hannah Bewley. She already hit a big 3 out top. Martin, she's got a 3 as well. Thought about another one there. Bewley now as they play catch. Her and Martin out top. And Mercy in the dark and Ashland in the white. Bounce pass left side to Woods. Back over to Jessica Lamley. Left hands it now to Anderson. She stops and pops from 15. That's too strong. Tapped around and it comes right back to Mercy. Working with it, Bewley down low. She stops off glass. Good.
Offensive rebound, and here comes the pressure once again.
Lead is 11-4 Mercy. As we said, Ashland in a little precarious situation right now. Working with his Gransberry. Strong move to the basket, and we're going to have a charge call there on Gransberry. I don't know about that one, Coach.
I got several of those called on us the other night. Mercy does a good job drawing those. Don't know about that one.
Yeah, I thought Gransberry had an opportunity there, and the Mercy girl moved underneath her a little bit, but they're going to call that as a charge. And Gransberry's got to get on track. So does Haley Sue Fouch, the big gun. She averages 17 points for Ashland.
They're going to have to get some scoring from some people other than Robinson tonight.
11-4. Mercy on top. They have the basketball. That's Jessica Lamley, their point guard. 7 assists last night in their quarterfinal win. Now they come out top to Mackenzie Stovall. She just checked in. To the basket is Martin. Left-hand scoop. Good.
She's so hard to defend. She's just hit a 3. You go out to challenge the 3, and then she goes right by you.
That's 5 for Mallory now. It's 13-4. Lead for Mercy's 9. Here come the Lady Kids. Remember, they made a deep run in the Sweet 16. A near steal. Martin does have it. Here comes Martin. Right side, stops, down low, wide open, and lay in there by Bewley. And Ashland wants a timeout. 15-4 Mercy. Jumping out on Ashland, much like E-Town did earlier tonight in their semifinal win over East Carter. Same thing going on here tonight. Mercy out of Louisville leading 15-4, and it's been Bewley. I show Bewley with 8 points on my charts already. So Hannah Bewley, she hit a 3, couple layups, free throw, and And Martin has 5 points as well.
Well, the big problem for Ashland right now is they've turned it over a couple times, but they've also given up some offensive rebounds. So, right at this point, Mercy's taken 3 times as many shots as Ashland has because they've had extra possessions. And as long as they continue to get that, it's going to be very tough for anybody to beat them when you get three times as many shots as your opponent does.
You know, when you come into these tournaments, you play a lot of basketball games, and Ashland looks a little tired to me right now.
They do. They look a little flat. I'm a little surprised, but they had an awfully tough game yesterday with Butler. Very tough game. Came down in the last couple possessions.
Robinson open, and that won't go off the mark. Tapped around, and I think Mercy touched the last. Good call by the officials. Give it back to the Lady Kittens of Ashland out of the 16th region. 15-4 here on PrepSpin. Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Out top with the Makasa Robinson. Down low, Haley Sue Fouch trying to get her game going and throws it up as she went in between 2 defenders. They just held her ground, and Haley Sue Fouch threw it out of bounds.
Again, it's that relentless pressure from Mercy, and they just don't back off. Even in the half court, they're right there with you.
That's Madison Woods working it across for Mercy with 2:27. Over it comes now to Martin. Left side free throw line extended. She bounces it back out to Stovall. Now they go back to Woods. There's out top. There's a jumper, won't go for Hannah Bewley. And I tell you, Bewley feeling it tonight, didn't she?
She did, and she was open there. She just shot that one a little short, but boy, she got open. She didn't even hesitate.
She is feeling it tonight.
She was 2 feet behind the arc on that 3.
Well, she had 8 points prior to that air ball, but here comes Gransbury. Stops from 10. They need it, won't go, and rebounded. Coming out of there with it is Madison Woods for Louisville Mercy. In the game, as we said, is Erin Muther. She's checked in as well. Muthler in there. There's Martin, a long 3. Off the rim, no, and then a long rebound. Yep, tracked down there by Woods. Martin open. Now dumps it down low, and it, as trying to go down low with it was Muthler, and she threw it off the leg of a Ashland player. 15-4, minute 42 here in the first quarter of the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic here at Lexington Catholic. Wide open Martin, and lays it in on the inbound play.
That's good execution by Mercy there, but not a lot of communication by Ashland, and allowed her to get right down the lane. That's Mercy's best player, stepping right into the block for a layup.
Mallory Martin has 7 points already. Haley Sue Fouch backs it back out of there on the dribble, and Alexis Robinson now. Let's see if she becomes more of a factor. She's got the ball. Gets a pick way out top from Hammond. Kicks it. Robinson, right down it goes to Gransbury. Off glass, no. And stuck back. Good job there by Hammond to go to the offensive glass and draw the foul.
And Ashland really needs that. Get to the foul line, get settled down a little bit, and hopefully get 2 points for him here.
Caitlin has one of the 2 baskets for Ashland. Caitlin Hammond at the line. She'll shoot a couple, try to cut into this 17-4 Mercy lead with 1:09, and she does.
And it makes sense. You talked about the little fatigue maybe for Ashland. Mercy has won 2 games by double digits. They've been able to rest some people, and they play 9 or 10 different players. So it makes sense that they would be a little fresher because Ashland had a really tough game with Butler yesterday, and right now it's showing in the play.
Yep. Free throw, second one off the mark, and pulled down by Stovall. She's in there. Martin checked out, and back into the game is Anderson. With it is Lamley, and she comes over to her teammate Stovall. Back to Lamley. Under a minute now. 17-5 Mercy. With it is Bewley. Out top now she comes Stovall. And then down low, and Anderson turns and couldn't come up with it. Here comes Ashland. Robinson, and strong move and to the basket, and foul called, and that will send. This is what you got to do, Coach. When if you're Ashland, you're down 17-5. Just keep taking it to the hoop and hope you draw some fouls and you can get back into the game. Because one thing about it now, you got that clock stopped and you can cut into the lead.
That's exactly right. And the other thing with Mercy, if they're going to pressure you like that, you need to make them pay for it and get the fouls and get to the foul line. Because if they're going to pressure you full court like that, you got to get some layups on the other end and draw some fouls on them to hopefully get them to back off a little bit.
Okay, so Robinson missed the first free throw, got the second. That's our first point of the game. 17-6. So you would think if Ashland get this down to single digits here by the end of the first quarter. We've only got 35 seconds. Out top is Hannah Bewley. Bewley with the left-hand dribble down the lane. Good block there by Robinson, Makasa Robinson, and then she lost it out of bounds. Great block, though.
Very good block. Did it clean, kept her hand back, came down with the ball, just got in a little hurry as she headed up the floor.
So that'll give it back to Mercy. And that's Aaron Muthler in there trying to put it in play, and she does. Gives it up to Stovall. Back out top, they swing it to Stovall. That's Lamley with it, down to 21 seconds. Lamley looking for Anderson, working on Fouch. Backing in, up and under, lost control of it. And that's good defense right there by Haley Sue Fouch, just holding her ground, and losing the ball was Elizabeth Anderson.
Anderson looking for the contact, didn't get the call.
I thought it was a good defensive play.
Very much so.
14 seconds, and Mercy almost got another steal. This pressure's really been problems for Ashland.
And they're going to stay with it, and they'll change it up. By the time you get comfortable, they go to something different, and they trap different, rotate different.
Long pass to Gransberry to Fouch, and with the left hand, missed it, and rebounded by Stovall. She clears it out to Hannah Bewley, down to 1 second, fires, and that's short. Well, that was all Louisville Mercy, 17-6. They lead Ashland at the end of the first period here at the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic here at Lexington Catholic. We'll return here with second quarter action with Louisville Mercy on top, 17-6 over Ashland. Welcome back. Second quarter action, and a steal there by Lamley. Stops, hands it to her teammate off glass, and that's going to be Schmitz. Maria Schmitz with her first basket. Lamley with an assist. Here goes to Haley Sue Fouch for the Lady Kittens. Back over to Robinson. Back to her freshman sister, Makasa Robinson. Good pass to Grant to Hammond. Off glass, missed it at a wide open layup. 19-6. Mercy on top, and that was a good opportunity. Long pass to Anderson. Got away with the travel there, turns it around and off glass, rolls it out of there and rebounded. And a foul's going to be called. It's going to go on Schmitz.
Anderson's struggling a little bit for Mercy. She's missed a couple that I really would have wished she would have missed the other night against us. She usually finishes better than that, and if they get that piece going, they're going to be really tough.
7:22 to go, first half here at the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic. Lexington Catholic girls side, long pass down floor to Chloe Coons in, and Coons is short on the shot. Nobody getting it going tonight for Ashland so far offensively. Here's a steal, though, the other way, and that's going to be Gransberry, and she's going to draw the foul. Good job by Shelby. She averages 13 points and 10 rebounds. So Gransberry's showing a little bit more aggressiveness here in the start to second quarter.
Yeah, it's a great come from behind, tip it away, then go and get it, and then go attack the basket with it, gets to the foul line.
Knocks down the free throw, Gransberry. Makes it 19-7, 7:05 to go in the first half of action. Ashland and Mercy here in the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic. Second one in and out, rebounded by Mallory Martin. Kicks it to Jessica Lamley, and there's going to be a travel. Seven minutes, Coach, in the first half, and what can Ashland do? They're down 12, and this pressure giving them a lot of problems.
Well, they got to break the pressure and then finish on the other end. They're starting to throw over now, which is better, and they're handling it the last couple times a little better, but they got to finish some shots on the backside of it.
Alexis Robinson, 43% three-point shooter. They haven't gotten her open for any yet, so we'll see if that can happen here in the second quarter.
And Mercy's in a box and one now, chasing
Robinson, Makasa Robinson, the freshman with a nice jumper. 19-9 now. Lead down to 10, Louisville Mercy. There's a shot way out top and knocked down by who else? Mallory Martin. That's her second three. She's got 10 points.
She's really playing well, really playing well. And there's another turnover.
Steal there coming the other way is Schmitz. Kicks it over to Lamley. cut off, and out top she swings it to Woods. Over to Martin, open lane, blocked away, good block there, coming from the backside by Gransberry. And here comes Alexis Robinson. Robinson, open lane, under the basket, rolls out of there, rebounded by Martin. Martin leads it out to Woods. Now back over to Woods, and she lines it up, knocks it down from Lamley.
Again, just not real good communication in transition from Ashland. They left the three-point shooter wide open.
Coach, that's 6 unanswered by Mercy after Ashland had cut it to 10. It's now 25-9. The other way, Gransberry rolls off. She can't buy one so far.
Well, and Martin rotated over and caused her to lean a little bit, and she missed that layup. And that's what Mercy does. They just keep running at you and cause you to miss some shots that you would normally make.
5:36 here in the first half, and it's all Louisville Mercy. Jaguars 25, Lady Kittens of Ashland 9. Lamley hands it to Woods. Now she comes back out to Schmitz. Back over to Lamley. Scissoring through, stopping, kicks it over to Schmitz. Open from about 10. Off the iron. Nice rebound there by Makayza Robinson. Robinson, 3-on-2. Stops. Kicks it left side. It's going to be a blocking foul there. It's going to be called on Mercy.
Ashland didn't get the basket there, but again, you attack the pressure, you get in the paint, you draw a foul. That's a win for them, and they're going to have to do a lot of that to get back in this thing.
Championship will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And we know one team already there, E-Town, and boy, they look pretty strong, don't they, Coach?
They are really good. They are so well coached and big and athletic. They're going to be a tough out for anybody.
Watch that game live here tomorrow on PrepSpin at 3 o'clock, the championship. And here's going to be a grab. That's going to go on Lamley. That's 3 on Jessica, by the way.
That's a big foul because it puts Ashland in the bonus. And if you're going to beat Mercy, you have to get free throws and get to the foul line. And that puts Alexis Robinson on the line, their best player, great free throw shooter, chance to get 2 and get a breather here.
And you say that she is 83% at the line. The right-hander knocks it down. Look good on that one. That's 4 points for Alexis Robinson.
And they're going to need more than that out of her. She's going to have to put some points up tonight.
Got them both. 5:08 to go, and it's 25-11. Mercy by 14. Almost a turnover there, as that's Catherine Gross just checked in. Goes over to Woods, back over to Anderson. Elizabeth moves in on the dribble on Fouch. Got away with the travel. No, she did not. The officials right there called it immediately.
She's struggling tonight a little bit with the length of Ashland.
Yep.
A couple turnovers for her, a couple missed shots.
Here goes the pass to Robinson from Alexis. Back to Alexis Robinson. Back over Makayza. Across the timeline and kicks it back down to Alexis. And Mercy's zone and press has been very effective so far in this first half. They lead 25-11, 4:32 in the first half.
Mercy back in a box and one.
Gransberry going baseline, throws it up, and some contact, and then a shot missed there. Pulled back down by Chloe Coons, and then a whistle and a foul call. Good job by Coons to stay with it there.
Good offensive board. And the box and one will take Alexis out of the game, or maybe for Ashland, but it also creates some opportunities for other players and some opportunities from offensive boards like you saw there.
Bewley picked up, Hannah Bewley with the personal, her first. And at the line will be Ashland, and they miss it, but rebounded by Robinson. She missed it, gets it back, and powers it off the glass and put a good stick-to-itiveness there by Robinson. 6 now by Alexis Robinson, 25-13. With it is Schmitz. She goes over to Bewley. Bewley with the 3, bullseye.
Wow. Great transition by Mercy once again.
That's 12 now, Coach, for Hannah Bewley. She's got 12. She's almost single-handedly outscored Ashland. 28-13, 3:52. Comes over to Alexis Robinson. Looks at the zone. Kicks it. Good pass now low to Gransberry. Off glass. Good. And the basket will count, and she will get the soup and the sandwich.
And again, that's the key. They've been to the foul line now 3 straight possessions. They've got to have that. Plus, they get to breathe a little bit and get a little blow because Mercy's just deeper than they are, and they're playing more people.
First basket for Shelby, averaging 13 on the season. Has 3 points, does have a free throw, looking to complete the 3-point play and cut this lead down to 12 for the Lady Kittens, and she does. That looks sweet. That's 4 now for Shelby.
Ashland a little pressure of their own here.
Yeah, you know what? They say the teams that press you don't like to be pressed. We'll find out. 28-16. Pass in the corner to Anderson. They kick it back out to Martin. She fakes, goes left side, kicks it over now to Schmitz. Schmitz goes baseline. Good block there by Robinson, but she touched it out of bounds. But a good block there by Alexis Robinson.
Got beat, pursued, and blocked it from behind. She's a really good defender.
We got 3:29, Coach, in the first half. 28-16. Mercy on top. Schmitz deep out of the corner on the inbound and missed it. Rebounded by Robinson. Wants to push it. Robinson's got number, 2-on-2 anyway. Down right side, throws it up and in. They're going to count the basket and the harm.
Really good crossover move back to the middle and finish that. And now you're down to 10. You're at the foul line. They've handled that initial blow from Mercy. They're right where they want to be if they can keep it about this or maybe get a little lower before we go into half.
It also looks like they found their second win, their adrenaline, so to speak. Seems like they've picked it up a little bit, as you said, Coach. 28-18, lead down to 10. She did miss the free throw, an 83% free throw shooter. That's uncharacteristic for her. Good backdoor, blocked away there, and it looked clean from here by Gransbury, but hitting the floor and doing the great acting job there was Madison Woods, and that's what you do as a player. You go down like you just got mugged by the abominable snowman, you know?
You did, and she fell hard and got the call.
Sasquatch or something, just knocked you to the floor. Even though it was a clean block up top.
That's right.
I'm telling you, we had a good angle.
Well, we had a good angle on that one. Now, this is what Mercy does. You get it back to 8 or 9, you feel like you're right there, and then you have to be careful not to turn it over and maintain that, or they'll run it right back up to 16 or 18.
Yeah, especially with Madison Woods at the line. She's a good free throw shooter. She knocked them both down.
And now they've changed their press a little bit. See what Ashland does with it.
30-18, Gransbury. Wide open right side, off glass and knocked down there by Barber. Rachel Barber comes in and says, "Give me the rock. Give me the basketball." Barber with her first basket, just checked in, instant offense. She's like a microwave off the bench. Here's Martin stopping and popping. That's back of the rim, no, and a good rebound down low by Haley Sue Fouch. Fouch gives to Robinson. Here comes Alexis, 30-20. Faking with the ball. There's a three-pointer Robinson off the mark by Makayza Robinson. Here comes Mercy. I don't know about pulled the trigger a little bit too soon on that for me, but
a little bit.
But she was open. Here's a shot out of the left side. It won't go there by Hannah Bewley. And see, touch there by Mercy, and the official right there, they're going to talk about it. He thinks maybe the ball was not touched, so they're going to give it back. They're going to give it to Mercy.
Good call. Again, a pretty good angle for that one, too. It just went out of bounds, and Mercy didn't touch it, so they get the ball back. It's a big 2 minutes here, I think, right before halftime, 2:24. I think it's huge for especially for Ashland to kind of keep it close.
Had they kept possession there, that would have been key. I could have got it down to single digits, Coach True, and instead they turned it back over. That's Mallory Martin. She's been outstanding with 10 points already. Here goes to Woods. Madison Woods to the basket. Off glass. Good. Nice move by Madison Woods. She got a nice little game working, too.
She does. Martin makes you help off and opens
Robinson faking with the ball and missed the wide open layup. Good job by Makayza, but she missed the layup. 32-20, minute 52. Martin over goes now to Bewley, and that shot is going to roll out of there. Rebounded, coming down with it is Gransbury. She finally gets it out to Alexis Robinson. Minute 40, Robinson, right side. Kicks it left side, Gransbury. Gransbury goes baseline, throws it up and won't go, gets her own rebound, sticks it up and it rolls out of there. Had it gone, it would have counted. Good job by Shelby Gransbury. She'll go to the line.
Great pursuit to get the offensive board there.
Have a timeout by Louisville Mercy. The Jaguars, minute 30, 32-20. Here with a minute 30 to go before halftime. Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield here. And the championship will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Elizabethtown, are they ranked number one in the state right now, Coach?
Yes, they are. They're one in the state.
So the number one ranked team in the state, E-Town, will be taking on the winner here, either Mercy or Ashland. Hey, Coach, good tournament by your Lady Knights, 3-1 in this tournament. And your young ladies needed some big wins, and you got went 3-1 in the tournament.
Well, we did. We had a good tournament. We were struggling a little bit coming in, and we finally started making some shots. And We ran in this Mercy team, which is a buzzsaw the other night, but we played 4 really good games, and really impressed after Mercy beat us to bounce back and beat Clark County, and then come back and beat a good South Warren team today. So hopefully that'll help us out as we go up and play some, after Christmas and going in starting district play in January.
You mentioned Clark County, your former team, the team you used to be the head coach of,
yes,
the
sir,
Lady
for
Cards.
11 years. Robbie Graham's there now doing a great job with them.
At the line is Gransbury. Free throw is short.
Also want to take the time to thank Emma Eiler, who has spent hours, one of our students here at Lexington Catholic, doing film for PrepSpin. She's been awesome, and she's working the camera for us tonight. And big shout out to her because she's put in untold volunteer hours this week for us.
It takes a village, doesn't it?
It does.
32-21, minute 25 here in the first half, and down low they go, turning, and Stovall missed it. Rebounded by Robinson, Alexis Robinson wanting to push it. But Mercy getting back well. That's what they do well. They do get, and there's a pass almost mishandled there by Ashland, but picked up by Barber. Now Robinson dumps it to Gransbury. Gransbury off glass, good. Nice move by Shelby. And the lead is down to single digits, 32-23. A minute to go here in the first half, and Ashland hanging around, aren't they, Coach?
They are, and they got to feel good if they can keep it here around 9 or 10. That would be a really good comeback for them.
Martin in the middle. Smith throws it up, and that rolls off. Tapped around. Good hands there by Stovall. Back to Martin. Lines up to 3. Back of the rim, no. And Ashland player Fouch hit the floor hard. Martin down low. Goes Stovall left hand. Missed it. Gets it back. Turns and throws it up and in. Good job there by Stovall. Stovall stayed with it, didn't she?
She did. She missed the easiest one, but then made the toughest one.
Made the tough one, but would not be denied. Long pass. Goes to Gransbury. She goes down the lane, throws it up, no, and that's going to be a charge goal.
And that's a good call. Martin slid over, and Martin hasn't gotten up. I think she hit her head on the floor when she fell.
Mallory Martin, the big 6-foot senior. She gets up, she's okay. She is a tough young lady. Talking about Mallory Martin, 6-foot senior, 16-point average. She's got 10 points in this first half.
Well, she's really, again, she can shoot the 3. She's guarding Alexis Robinson tonight, so she can get out on the floor too. She's a tough matchup.
Across the line with it is Madison Woods. Woods hands it back now to Schmitz. Schmitz now to Hannah Bewley. Bewley in trouble. It's free throw line, and we're going to have a 3-second call. Well, you got 2.8 seconds here. If you're Ashland, that's enough time with Robinsons and Gransbury to get a shot off here. 2.8 seconds. We know what Christian Leitner did with only 2.3.
Yeah, I think we all remember that one.
The whole world knows what he did with 2.3. This is 2.8, so it's a long time. And she's going to throw it up three-quarter, trying to draw a foul, it looked like. But we head to the locker room, and it's Louisville Mercy looking impressive. Mercy Jaguars 34, Ashland coach 23.
Looked really good. Now Ashland did enough, just hang around. They didn't get taken out of it in the first half. I think the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half is going to be big. They can't let Mercy come out, turn them over, and score 5 or 6 straight and push them down in the teens again, because then they'll be in trouble. Because I do think that Mercy's the fresher of the 2 teams.
Yeah, and the championship will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. E-Town will take on the winner here. We'll have that on PrepSpin. We'll return here to halftime, give you some halftime numbers here. The big number up on the board here at the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic is Louisville Mercy 34, Ashland Lady Kittens 23 here at halftime. We'll return to the Traditional Bank Classic here at Lexington Catholic.
Choosing a college is a major decision.
So why did I choose WKU?
Because at WKU, professors are experts in their field.
I'm encouraged to study abroad.
And make the whole world my classroom.
And where I get real-world experience. Doing exactly what I want to do. And where I have all the tools I need to prepare for a successful future.
It's all within my reach at Western Kentucky University.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Would you like a career in the exciting, competitive world of sports? Midway College's sport management degree will prepare you for the growing sports industry. Learn the fundamentals and gain hands-on experience. Find out more about this degree program at midway.edu.
Welcome back here to halftime. Gary Ball, Scott True, the coach here with the Lexington Catholic Lady Knights. They were 3-1 in this tournament, an outstanding tournament. Right now at halftime, the Louisville Mercy Jaguars. I like that. Is that a new name for them? I think.
I know that's the same one.
It's always been the Jaguars.
It sounds good, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it. And the Ashland Lady Kittens. Well, I guess we should say Paul Blazer, right? Ashland, Paul Blazer.
Paul Blazer, Ashland, either one.
Yeah, okay. But the Lady Kittens. Let's look at the scoring. And my sheet is very unofficial, by the way. Look, Jessica Lamley. By the way, she picked up that third foul with about 3 or 4 minutes to go. How big was that, Coach?
It's big. It's not as big for Mercy because they're so deep. And I mean, obviously it'll hurt them a little bit because she shoots it pretty well, and she's a little more steady with the ball. But they've got so many good guards over there. It's not that they're not going to miss her, but they can certainly compensate for that more than most teams.
Lamley has 2 points, does have 4 assists. Hannah Bewley, 11, man. She's been lighting it up, a couple big threes, and she was kind of the spark there, her along with Mallory Martin.
She was, and she got a couple of those in transition. She got out, spotted up, let Martin drive, and took the kick out. And she knows to get there and get her hands ready because Martin will get her the ball back.
And Madison Woods, Maddie Woods, they call her. The PA announcer is calling her Madison, so we'll go with that. She has 7 points. She hit a 3. That's the thing about it. On my sheet, they've hit 3. They've hit 5 3-pointers in the first half.
Five threes by three different people.
Yeah,
and that's tough balance. And then you've got the inside presence, which hasn't really gotten going yet in Anderson. But part of that is because they have to honor her inside, and those threes are there, and they're good threes. They're not forced threes, and a lot of those were uncontested threes, which means that percentage is going to be pretty high.
Mallory Martin had 10 points, like Coach True was just talking about, hit a couple of big threes. Anderson, the big sophomore, did not score, but it was a factor. Had some good looks down low, but kind of struggled with her moves down low. Maria Schmitz came off the bench and had a basket and a layup. Mackenzie Stovall, I thought looked really good off the bench. Number 10, the 5'11 senior. She had a couple of points, but she's very active defensively.
She is. She got a couple of rebounds, and that's the thing. Mercy doesn't get a ton of scoring off their bench, but the people that do score get a blow, and they get to come back in and they're fresh. And again, that depth just wears on you.
Alexis Robinson, she's been leading them all year, her along with Haley Sue Fouts. I got to get Haley Sue Fouts going this half. She did not score on my sheet in the first half. Alexis Robinson had 8 points to lead the way. Makayla Robinson had 4, the freshman. And then you got 7 from Shelby Gransberry. And Gransberry had some really good looks early on. Just couldn't get her shot to fall. Then finally got some to fall there late in the first half.
She did. And, again, I think part of it is I think Ashland's a little more fatigued like we talked about. But I also think Mercy just speeds you up. And our kids experience it tonight. You catch the ball. You're ready to do something. You know they're coming. And sometimes it looks like there's about 7 of them coming at you. And you get in a little bit of a hurry and you miss the shot. And before you know it, they've got it going the other direction. And then you're facing that pressure once again.
Caitlin Hammond had 3 points. The forward for the Ashland Paul Blazer Lady Kittens. Rachel Barber came off the bench and added a basket for the Lady Kittens. I thought Chloe Coons came in and did some things, kind of like we just talked about with the young lady Stovall. I think the same thing can be said by Coons, a young lady who comes off the bench and gives Ashland some quality defense and some really good pressure.
Really active, comes in and causes some problems on the defensive end. Ashland's pressed Mercy a little bit and had some success with that. It's just a matter of can they maintain the legs to do that. Because, again, they've had a much tougher road, and they're not playing. They've got people who've played more minutes. But Alexis Robinson is going to be the key. She's going to have to take over at some point, decide that, give me the ball and let me create for somebody else and get some more points. I'm sure if you talk to Keith Bash down at Mercy, if he told you that Robinson was only going to have 8 points at halftime, he'd probably be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, there's a couple of key things you mentioned. Anderson held scoreless in the first half. So was Haley Sue Fouts, 17-point average. I think that's what. 17 points, 8 rebounds coming in. I almost thought that was a 4. That's my own writing, Coach. So 17 and 8 right there coming in for Haley Sue. So they really need to get her going during the second half. And as we said in that first half, the press by Mercy, pressing them when they got off the bus, really caused some problems for Ashland.
It did. And Ashland got back in it late because they attacked the rim and they got to the foul line.
Yep.
One big thing for Ashland here is that they need to try to get to the bonus by the start of the fourth quarter. They've got to draw some fouls on Mercy because Mercy's going to foul. And you got to be strong with the ball, and you got to take it at them and get to that foul line.
Same 5 will start for Ashland. It'll be Alexis Robinson, Makayla Robinson, Haley Sue Fouts, Shelby Gransberry, and Caitlin Hammond. Same 5 for Louisville Mercy. Jessica Lamley with those 3 fouls. Hannah Bewley, Madison Woods, Mallory Martin, and Elizabeth Anderson. So the same 5. And with the ball putting it in play there is Ballou. She'll go into Lamley. And it looks like Ashland would quickly drop back into that man-to-man defense. No, zone defense, 2-3 variety.
Gone 2-3, and it's a long 2-3, too.
Sure is. With it out top there is Jessica Lamley. She had 7 assists last night in the Mercy win. And, well, you mentioned that tough battle that Ashland had with Butler.
And it came down to the last possession, and Robinson made a great play. So that may be they may be wearing on him a little bit tonight.
Anderson has it on the left baseline, looking at that zone. Bounce pass out of it now to her teammate Bewley. Now they come back over. Lamley's got it out top. And, boy, I tell you, Mercy being very patient there with that 11-point lead.
They are.
Woods. Back to Lamley. Woods open from 3. Bullseye. Boy, that'll bring you out of the 2-3.
It's a tough possession. You chase for 30 seconds, and all of a sudden you do a pretty good job, and then she hits the open 3.
With it is Gransberry. Out top now, Makayla Robinson, the freshman. 12-point average. Works into the lane, dumps it over to Gransberry, open from about 10, and it rolls in. A nice soft touch there by Gransbury. 9 now for Shelby, and the lead is 37-25.
She's having a really good game for them.
6:50 here in the third period. Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield from PrepSpin. Thanks for checking it out tonight. We have the championship tomorrow between E-Town and the winner here. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Join us for that one here on PrepSpin YouTube. 6:38. With it is Bewley. Right side to Wood. She knocked down that three after you said, Coach. You took about 30, 35 seconds off that clock. Didn't she knock down? That's a killer when you knock down a three in that situation.
And Ashland went back, just like you said, right back to the man-to-man.
Bewley blocked there, and on the floor there is Robinson. And see what the call is here. Going to call a foul on Ashland.
The 50-50 balls. Mercy seems to be getting all of those tonight, and that's a huge deal for them.
Pass comes over on the right side to Elizabeth Anderson. Lamley back to Woods. Remember, she hit the big three. Back it comes now to her teammate, Lamley. Boy, they love the ball in her hands, don't they?
Well, they really do. She's really smart with it. Doesn't do anything crazy. Gets them in their offense.
Martin down the lane and rolls out of there. Tapped around. A Fouch tapped it to her teammate there, Hammond. And here comes the Lady Kittens of Ashland Paul Blazer. That's Alexis Robinson down the middle of the floor in the white uniforms. And Mercy in the dark. 5:48. Skip pass over the left side. It comes to Gransbury. Dumps it back now to Fouch, trying to get Haley Sue Fouch in more of the offense. Give her some more touches. Now Robinson circling the wagon. Stops from about 10 and knocks it down.
Now that's going to be frustrating for Coach Bash because they were in a box and won, and she got loose and scored anyway.
Long pass to Bewley. Ball kicked away there by Fouch. Lead is 10. What can Ashland do here, Coach Drew? They've got it down to 10 with 5:26. Still a lot of time left, only in the third quarter.
Well, a couple good stops, and then get out and again attack Mercy at the rim. Try to get inside, and they're right in it. I mean, they're hanging around. You feel like they should be down by more, but they're hanging right there.
Off glass, rolls out of there. Martin missed it, rebounded by Fouch, and she's in trouble, but comes out of there with it. Gives it now to Makayza Robinson. Robinson down the lane, kicks it over to Hammond, and there's going to be a charge call, and that's a good job there by Mercy's Madison Woods to take the charge. I tell you what, how many times have we seen a Mercy player take a charge completely away from the basketball?
They have, and she'd pass that and kept running and got it. Mercy took 4 against us the other night. They do a great job getting in position and taking that away from you.
Lamley works it across, kicks it over to Mallory Martin. Go deep in the corner now to Hannah Bewley. Bounce it down to Martin, skips it over, knocked away, but right in the hands it goes now. Down the lane, Woods, back it goes. Here's a steal by Ashland coming out of the with it. Robinson, Makayza Robinson, and the scoop and the score.
Nice move.
6 for Robinson, Makayza Robinson now. 37-29. Here come the Lady Kittens of Ashland. They've got it down to 8. And here's going to be a grab on the drive there, and whistle a foul called.
Again, you get a basket, you cut it to 8. Nice job. You got to get back because Mercy's coming at you very, very quickly.
Mackenzie Stovall in, and going out will be Anderson for Mercy. 37-29, 4:36. Pass way out top now. That foul went on Makayza Robinson. That's her second. With it, Mercy. That's Hannah Bewley with it. 11 first half points for her. We have 4:24 to go here, 37-29. Ashland making this interesting now. Got it down to the closest they've been in a long time, 8 points. Madison Woods back to Martin. She's in trouble. Down low she goes. Stovall turns. High off window, good.
Boy, Stovall's giving them a huge lift tonight.
And that's the thing about Martin. She gets the ball out top. She's kind of like Lamley. She's always looking for an open teammate.
She is, and you have to honor her up there. And Stovall makes a great cut and gets a nice layup.
10-point lead now, 39-29. Down low, cutting through, Haley Sue Fouch, her first basket. 39-31. Down the lane, Madison Woods now takes it back out to Martin. Mallory. Paint there, ball knocked away, and here's a steal. They got a 2-on-1. With it is Gransbury. Gransbury drives off glass, good. And we have ourselves a ball game, as they say, 39-33. Long pass to Woods, tracks it down. She comes back to Stovall, back over to Lamley, 39-33. And timeout's going to be called here by Mercy. Here come the Ashland Paul Blazer Lady Kittens. Coach True, the closest they've been in a long time.
It's amazing what a couple made baskets will do for your energy level. And all of a sudden, Ashland's picked it up. They're rotating better on defense. They picked off a couple passes. And now Mercy's the one that looks a little bit on their heels. They didn't press as hard that time. And, they missed it. Martin had a pretty easy one that she missed, and Ashland turns that into points. So you get right back in it, and now you just got to maintain that. Couple stops here, good stop, come down and get you a nice shot again, and then you're really putting the pressure back on Mercy.
Woods hit the 3 early from Mercy after they were packing in. Ashland packed in that 2-3. But since then, Coach, it's been a 10-2 run by the Lady Kittens of Ashland Paul Blazer, being led by a variety of people. Gransbury has a couple of baskets, and it was good to see Haley Sue Fouch get her first field goal.
Yeah, and they really need Fouch to score, and they're trying to take Alexis Robinson away, and other people, that creates opportunities for other people, and they're taking advantage of it.
39-33, and Mercy has the basketball in a 6-point lead. They're in the dark uniforms, Ashland Lady Kittens in the white. Gary Ball, Scott True, William Moorfield here on PrepSpin. Check out the championship tomorrow at 3, E-Town, a team that's number 1 in the state, and Coach True thinks will eventually be nationally ranked. They're that good, aren't they?
They really are.
Here's a steal.
Another turnover.
Coming out of there with Alexis Robinson down the lane. Dumps it back over to her teammate off glass. No. Put back Fouch, and she lays it in. Here come the Lady Kittens. They've got it down to 4. 39-35. And, Coach, remember, Mercy led by 16 points at one time. Here's a foul away from the ball, and it's going to be against Mercy.
Martin pushed off to get away from Robinson. Martin doesn't encounter a lot of people that are as big and tall and long as she is, and Robinson is, and she's getting a little frustrated with her now because she can't get away from her.
2:46 to go, and, boy, Ashland Lady Kittens can get this thing down with a 3 to 1 point, or with a field goal down to 2, 39-35. Ashland, a team that made a deep run in the Sweet 16 last year. I believe Ashland got to the Final Four, didn't they, Coach?
They did. They did get to the Final Four, played really well.
Comes over to Gransbury. Back now to Alexis Robinson with 2:29. Skips it over to Fouch. Lines up the 3. Bullseye! That's 7 for Haley Sue. All 7 here in the quarter. And it's 39-38. Right on cue when I said a 3 would cut it to 1. It's exactly what Haley Sue did. 39-38. They're cut it down to 1. Down low, Anderson turns, rolls out, rebounded. Ashland, can you believe this, can take the lead.
Wow, Anderson's really struggling. Boy, she made those all night the other night against us.
She was money against you, huh?
She was right there. Saw that. See,
you'd like some of that money back, wouldn't you?
I'm telling you. She did not miss that shot 2 nights ago.
Minute 52, and that's crazy how that works.
It is.
Coach. Comes over the left side now, Hammond. In the middle, Haley Sue Fouch over to Gransbury. She stops off glass, rolls out of there. Rebounded by Hammond. Minute 42. And with it is Alexis Robinson. Robinson deep on the left corner. Good ball handle. Boy, she's got some handles, doesn't she?
Well, she does everything. She is so smooth on the court. It's really, really tough to guard her.
Fouch, good move with the left hand. Rolls in there. Boy, I thought it was going to come out. And Haley Sue Fouch with 9 points here in the quarter. And it's 40-39. Ashland, their first lead. Minute 15, turning Anderson and score. She heard you, Coach. She said, quit talking about me up there, Coach Drew.
That might have been the toughest one of the night, too.
She made that under a lot of duress. There was a Ashland player hanging all over her. Fouch, yeah, she turned it over. She dug her pivot foot as she turned around. Good defense by Mercy. 41-40. What a ball game we have here going in the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic at Lexington Catholic.
Great comeback, great teams, and Coach Bradley did such a good job. They gave up that 3 early in the second half and could have packed it in for the night. Haven't done that, battle right back, and now within 1.
Minute to go here in the third period, and Mercy has the basketball, and Anderson comes out top to Martin. They swing it around to Lamley. Out top, and there's a 3-pointer off the mark. Boy, I tell you, Hannah Bewley was knocking down all those threes in the first half. She couldn't get that one to go.
And no second shots for Mercy this half either, and they got a lot of those in the first half.
Long pass to Gransbury to Haley Sue Fouch, and she's had a terrific third quarter with 9. Back to Gransbury. Probably should have given it right back to Fouch. Instead goes down the lane, throws it up and in. They'll count the basket, and she will get the soup and the sandwich.
Well, and again, the boxing one from Mercy, and they're taking away Alexis Robinson, and the other players for Ashland are making plays.
Coach, that is on my sheet for Gransbury, 14 points, but Fouch has been the catalyst. Haley Sue Fouch has 9 points here in the third quarter.
Well, you'd had to know at halftime that big 0 on the board, she wasn't going to keep that. She's really got it going now, and it's going to be tough for Mercy to stay in that box and one if other people are going to take advantage of that because it creates some mismatches some other places. And I'm a little surprised Mercy's not pressing harder this half. They've kind of backed their press up a little bit. I'm sure Coach would go back to that, but they're allowing Ashland to kind of dribble it up the floor a little bit, and it's giving them a blow and giving them some confidence.
And the Lady Kittens did not hit a 3 in the first half, but I show them with a 3 by Fouch here in the second and a 3 by Gransberry, whereas we talked about it, you and I, at halftime. Mercy had 5 trays at half, and they've hit the 1-3. Of course, right out of the gate when Ashland packed in that 2-3 zone, Madison Woods knocked down a 3 out front.
Well, every coach will tell you things look a lot better, especially when you're making it from behind that arc.
Yeah.
And, Ashland's doing a better job of that this half. They look more relaxed. They looked a little uptight in the first half. Maybe it was uptightness and not as much as fatigue. I don't know. But they settled down a little bit. And Mercy hasn't made some shots they made in the first half. But Mercy's not getting the extra possessions. Ashland's not turning it over, and they're not giving up the offensive boards. And they're limiting Mercy to one shot. And if you can do that, you're going to be right there.
I don't know if they got energy bars in the locker room or if they got some IVs pumped in, but this looks like a totally different Ashland team that we saw that really struggled fatigue-wise in the first half.
It does, and Coach Bradley should bottle that. Whatever he said or fed them at halftime, he needs to hang on to that.
Absolutely, and at the line is Gransberry. She's had a terrific ball game. Shelby, a senior, a double-double coming in average, and she's trying to add to that, and the free throw rolls off the iron. It drew a lot of iron, but Shelby could not get it to go. She's got 14 points, by the way, to lead the charge. 42-41, Ashland by 1 down the lane, and the shot rolls in there by Schmitz. How about Maria Schmitz?
Very good take over a taller player.
Wow.
Good finish.
And she's all of 5'3", Coach, and that's a stretch. Ball knocked away there by Anderson. It'll go back to the Lady Kittens of Ashland Paul Blazer. 11 seconds. What do you do here, Coach? 11 seconds and you're down 1.
Well, you better be careful because Mercy may trap you. Otherwise, you get it to number 32 just like that and let her go.
Robinson down the lane, stops from 10 bullseye. That's a dozen for Alexis. 44-43. Woods out top. They go over now, and they don't get the shot off. I think a little bit of the indecision there by Gross. Catherine probably should have fired it up. 44-43. We'll come back with the exciting final quarter here from the Traditional Bank Lexington Catholic Holiday Tournament. 44-43. Ashland has the lead here. We'll return on PrepSpin with William Warfield after this timeout.
Choosing a college is a major decision.
So why did I choose WKU?
Because at WKU, professors are experts in their field.
I'm encouraged to study abroad.
And make the whole world my classroom.
And where I get real-world experience. Doing exactly what I want to do.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I think matchup-wise, Mercy matchups better with E-Town.
Gary Ball, Scott True, the coach here at Lexington Catholic for the girls, and William Warfield, and what a terrific basketball game. This just tells you never know, Coach. I mean, it's grown along. Mercy's going to blow them out by 20. They're up as many as 17. And now all of a sudden, Ashland, they've gotten Haley Sue Fouch going along with Gransberry in the second half, and they lead by 1 as we head to the final quarter.
Really good comeback from Ashland. Stayed with their stuff, didn't get rattled. Done a really nice job.
It's going to be a grab inside court, and that's going to go, I believe, on Gross. Catherine, the 5'9" senior there for Mercy. They're in the dark, and the Ashland, the Paul Blazer Lady Kittens in the white with the maroon. Boy, a lot of tradition at Ashland in basketball. My goodness, especially on the boys' side.
Yeah, a lot. Both these programs very deep in tradition.
Long shot off the mark there for Alexis Robinson. Had a good look at it and skipped off the iron. And not sure what the official called there, Coach.
They didn't get the clock started, so
gotcha.
He caught it. Nice bit of officiating there because he caught that within 3 seconds.
Great job there, official, by that. I was like, what in the world's going on here? And he, like you said, 7:38 to go in the ball game. 44-43. Mercy led by as many as 17, and right now it's Ashland by 1. Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield down the lane, and that was Bewley with it. They skip it over the right side, Anderson, and a travel call on Anderson. Elizabeth turns it over, and we have Ashland basketball, and they have a 1-point lead here with 7:22 to play. The winner gets E-Town tomorrow. Your reward, if you win this tough ball game, you get the number 1 team in the state in the championship.
Right.
E-Town tomorrow at 3. That'll be televised here on PrepSpin as well. Looking forward to that tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
And again, Mercy's backed up a little bit, setting back in the zone now, much more passive, very unlike them at this stage of the game.
Ashland has come full circle. They were down 17. Robinson and has it stripped, but gets it back, and that's McKayza, the freshman. She hands it back to Alexis, the senior. Says, here, older sister, take the ball.
Yeah.
Goes over to Haley Sue Fouch. Baseline, Gransberry down the lane. Gransberry, glass, no. Rebounded by Schmitz, smallest girl on the floor. Schmitz, but she's got some moxie. Tripped up a little bit. Ball picked up, coming out of there with it. Robinson showing her handles. Bust out. Robinson with the left hand, and it won't go there. Michael Jordan-like on that move with a left hand. Just had to finish.
Probably should have gone straight in with that one. Got a little fancy there, but boy, the referees are really letting them play tonight.
Martin fires from 3. Back of the rim, no. Rebounded by McKayza Robinson. She hands it now to Alexis Robinson. 6:16 to play. Teams have cooled off a little bit here in the first couple minutes of the fourth.
And Martin had a chance to take that one to the rim and pulled up and shot the 3. A little surprised she took that one.
Robinson, a little floater, rolls out of there, tapped up, no, and rebounded coming out of there with it is Gross. Catherine Schmitz now goes over to Hannah Bewley. Basket, she's going to be fouled and fouled hard. That is a don't take that to the rack on me type of foul right there.
It was, and she did a good job. She drew the contact, got into her body a little bit, and took away the length from the shot blocker.
Foul went on Robinson, and by the way, that's only the first foul on Alexis Robinson.
She does a great job staying out of foul trouble. She's just a very smooth player all the way around.
Anna Bewley misses the free throw. This young lady was simply the shooting star in the first half with 11 points, hit a couple of big threes.
Yeah, they need some scoring out of her right now. Mercy's struggling to score right now. They need somebody to step up and give them a nice possession and a 3.
Yeah, she knocked down her first point of this half, and it's 44 all. We're tied at 44. 5:55 to go in this traditional bank Lexington Catholic Holiday Tournament girls semifinal game. E-Town won earlier tonight over East Carter. E-Town, the number 1 ranked team in the state, coached by Tim Mudd, right? Tim Mudd,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach there at E-Town. Does a great job.
A little different zone now for Mercy, and Ashland looks content to kind of stand there and look at it for a little bit.
It doesn't hurt if you're Tim Mudd if you got a player by the name of Aaron Boley and another one by the name of Cleaver.
No, it does not at all, and that's not all that's in his
that's
cover
not all
either.
that's in the you're right on the bench there. 44 all. Ashland being very patient here. Foul, and the ball knocked away. Good hands and good steal there by Gross.
Good change in defense by Mercy, too.
Smits to Anderson, fakes, turns, partially blocked, and gets it back, though. Good defense there by Coons. Picked up, partially blocked again there by Gransberry. Saved into Martin. Mallory to the basket, put it up, no, and draws the foul. Well, I tell you, very active Mercy on the boards there. And some very good defense by it. They got some blocks, but Mercy staying with it.
Well, Ashland went for the block there, and then that allowed Mercy to go get the offensive board. And that's the first offensive board Mercy's had in a while, and gets them to the foul line.
Foul went on Coons, by the way. Her first, team's 5th here in the second half. Free throw knocked down by Martin. Mallory came in averaging 16. She's got 11. Also averages 9 rebounds. I tell you, she's just a complete player. And
She really is, and she's really hard to guard because of the size and the multiple things that she can do.
And she's a solid young lady.
Mercy falling back out of the press now, going to a little bit more of a half-court trap. I'll see how Ashland handles that. They turned it over last time.
12 points for Mallory Martin. The lead is 46-44 for the Jaguars of Louisville Mercy over Ashland, Paul Blazer, Lady Kittens, Gary Ball, Scott True, William Moorfield from PrepSpin. It's turned out to be a dandy.
It really has.
With the ball, losing control of it there was Hammond, and great hustle by Hammond to redeem herself, but falls to the floor, and they turned it over to Mercy.
Hammond thought they were going to reverse it, and it came right back to her, and she wasn't ready. Now,
wasn't ready for the ball.
Ashland used a lot of energy to make this comeback. Let's see how they can do here in the last 4 minutes.
That's Maria Schmitz. Boy, she's been a spark plug off that bench.
She really has.
Comes out now to Gross. Swing it around to Martin. 4:32 to go in the contest. Down low to Anderson. Post up. Pass right side. Schmitz to the basket and off the iron. No. Battered around and knocked out. And I believe Mercy touched that one last, and that's a good call by the official. Ashland an opportunity to tie it up. They had the lead momentarily, Coach Drew, did Ashland.
They did. They've done a really good job. And now backing up a little bit allows them to relax a little bit and catch a blow here. They need a good shot here, get this thing back tied.
That's Makayza Robinson, the freshman. She kicks it to Gransberry, open from 15 off the iron knoll. Rebounded, pulled out of there by Mercy's Catherine Gross, the 5'9 senior. Hands it back to Hannah Bewley. We haven't seen a whole lot of Lamley. She, of course, had foul trouble.
She did. Mercy needs a good look here. They need to get a good look. Try to get something inside out, probably.
Bewley lost the handle on it. It goes back to Mercy, though. All last touch by Ashland. 3:48 to play. And Louisville Mercy 46. Ashland Paul Blazer Lady Kittens 44.
Ashland's back line is not a big dominant post player, but they're really, really long, and it's really giving Mercy some problems on the backside.
Maria Smits way out top, kicks it to Bewley with the left hand, spinning, turns, throws up a tough shot, and draws the foul there on Makayza Robinson. Boy, she pleads her case with the official. She thought there was a little bit of a push-off there on the shot there by Hannah Bewley.
Well, she forced Hannah into a very tough shot, and then she reached at it as she went
why
up
do
with
you
it.
foul there? I mean, she's doing a fadeaway.
Yeah, she's doing a turnaround fadeaway at 15 feet. Let her take that. If she makes it, it's just a good shot.
Applaud it. She makes that shot, and she knocks down the free throw. That's 13 now for Hannah. Had 11 in the first half. A couple of free throws here in the second half. 47-44, the lead for Mercy back to 3. Now make it 4 as Bewley knocks them both down. 48-44, Mercy back to a 4-point lead with 3:35 after Ashland had the lead earlier in this quarter.
And the change in defense has really worked for Ashland. It's given Mercy some problems. Or change of defense for Mercy is giving Ashland some problems. Kind of a cheap foul off the ball there. That's 4 on Martin for Mercy, and that's big.
Yeah, I only had her with 3, but I'm not official. Officially, it's 4. There's Fouch in trouble. Turns, rolls out. Good rebound, Robinson. She turns, misses it. Tapped around, and coming out of there with it is Mercy's Anderson. Boy, that was a good opportunity there for Ashland to cut it down to 2. 3:12 to play. 48-44. Smits down the lane, blocked away, and Haley Sue Fouch just pulls it out of there. That's what I'm talking about. You got Smits 5'3" going up against a 6-footer.
Yeah, not a good take there. They were she was 1-on-2. She probably should have backed that one out.
Under 3 minutes to play. Big possession here for the Lady Kittens of Ashland Paul Blazer. Down 4 to this good Mercy team. Out of the left side, Robinson, 3, good! Some contact after the shot, but no call.
That's a huge shot for her. Maybe get her going a little bit here in the last 2 minutes.
That's 9 for Makayza Robinson, who averages 12. 48-47. Martin back now. They kick it to Gross. Now comes out top to Hannah Bewley. 2:28. Bewley's going to pound it down, Coach, and see what Ashland does here.
Mercy like to keep the ball. With Martin with 4 fouls, they like to keep her off the defensive end as long as they can.
A game that's going down to the wire, no doubt about it. 2:14 to go, 1-point ball game. Hannah Bewley. Over to Anderson. She's working on Haley Sue Fouch. Fouch has been big in this half, Coach. Pass down. Locked away. Here's a steal and a bust out by Robinson. Robinson works on Bewley. Strong move to the basket. Missed it. Rebounded by Ashland on the floor. Jump ball and possession arrow will go to Mercy. So possession arrow favor. But a great opportunity there for Robinson. She just couldn't get it to go.
And she kind of looked over her shoulder. She heard footsteps coming behind her. She double clutched a little bit, and she shot it a little short. She doesn't miss that very often.
No. That would have given her Lady Kittens the lead back. It's 48-47, a minute 52 to go here in this contest.
Great hustle by Ashland to steal the entry pass into Martin on the block.
Hannah Bewley very slowly, methodically dribbles across now. Working on Makayza Robinson. And here's going to be a grab called on Robinson.
Nobody hurt, though. That's only their 15 fouls, not the bonus. So,
that is 7.
That is 7. That is 7 on Ashland. That is 7.
So we'll be the 1+1 for Hannah Bewley. She has a total of 15 points in the game.
Well, that's a big call because Mercy looked content to kind of hold it, and Ashland was pressuring a little bit and kind of get a cheapie.
And that's 4 now on Makayza Robinson.
So you got her with 4 and Martin with 4 for Mercy.
Free throw knocked down by Hannah Bewley.
if I'm Ashland, I might come down and challenge Martin and try to get that 5th foul on her, at least run something to make her come out a little bit and maybe get a bump or something.
Free throw knocked down, both of them for Bewley. And the lead is back to 3, 50-47 Mercy. Here come the Lady Kittens of Ashland, Paul Blazer. They've got some three-point shooters. Haley Sue Fouch out to Alexis Robinson. Back to Fouch. Goes baseline. Fouch, strong move, puts it up and knocks it down. Some contact there, but no call.
She challenged Martin, and Martin can't go up and try to block it because she doesn't want to get that 5th foul.
Like somebody might have got her head as she put that shot in, and her head kind of.
They did. It looked like she got bumped from behind. Martin stopped, but it looked like she might have gotten bumped from behind on that.
50-49. Does William want to take a break? Or let's keep it right here. 50-49. As we said, it's been a great one. Mercy led by 17. But, Coach, what has Ashland done so much differently in the second half to actually have the lead at one point and now only be down 1?
Well, I think the two big stats, I think, for every game is they've limited turnovers and they've taken away offensive rebounds from the other team. So you limit their possessions. I don't know the turnover stat for Ashland, but they don't have anywhere near as many as they did in the first half. So they've gotten extra possessions, and then they've taken possessions away from Mercy. And those two stats are huge anytime you play Mercy with all this pressure.
He's Scott True. I'm Gary Ball. William Warfield of PrepSpin, the guru. 50-49, a minute 25, and this one, as we said, is going down to the wire, Coach. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
No, right, and it's going to be now. Ashland's changed matchups. They've got Robinson up pressuring the point guard, and she's about to get it.
10-second call against Mercy. Give the ball to the Lady Kittens of Ashland with a minute 13 to go in the basketball game, and coming in very quickly. For Mercy, they'll get Catherine Gross back in there, the senior.
That was a great defensive switch there by Coach Bradley from Ashland. They slid Robinson up top, and her length caused that turnover.
See what Ashland does here when the zone by Mercy. Robinson, and we're going to have a timeout called by Bill Bradley. He calls a full timeout, a minute 5 to go in the basketball game, 50-49. Mercy on top. Let's look at some individual scoring in this ball game. Gransberry, she has 14 for Ashland. Looking at Haley Sue Fouch, she has all 11 of her points in the second half, Coach. She's scoreless in the first half, but she's been a big factor here in the second half.
Really big factor, and very active, too. Played good defense on the other end, but they needed her to get going, and she's certainly done that in the second half.
Hannah Bewley has been the star for Mercy, 16 points, but she's hit 5 of 6 at the line here late in the game when they needed to knock down some free throws. Madison Woods has 10 points, and Mallory Martin, the big 6-foot senior, has 12 points and 8 rebounds.
And now it's a matter of one stop, one possession, and you got to look for things here in the last minute or so. Can you get an uncontested shot, make or miss? You've got to get back on defense and take care of the ball. Look for an offensive rebound somewhere along the line here in the last minute to make a big difference.
50-49, and the Lady Kittens of Ashland, the Final Four team last year in the Houchin Sweet 16, actually this past March, since it's still 14. And does the girls' Sweet 16 move to Northern Kentucky this year?
Not this year, next year.
Next year. It'll be back at Houchin in Bowling Green this year.
Mercy tried to trap the inbounds play. And
Fouch spinning off glass, good. Fouch. Haley Sue Fouch makes it 51-50. Here comes Mercy. With it is Bewley. They got to watch her. She can shoot it. She's got 16 points. 43 seconds. Bewley passes right side. Anderson wide open. Turns, missed the layup. Gets it back. Powers it up. Whistle, foul called. If that goes on Mackenzie Robinson, she's out of the ball game. She's out of the ball game.
Yeah, that's 5 for her. That's a big call. She had to do it. She rotated over. It's interesting that Mercy's strategy on the inbounds play, they rotated up and tried to get the steal, and they were a little step slow, and Alexis Robinson made them pay for it. But again, on the basket, Mercy quickly back down the floor, penetrated in and got the drop-off, and they get the 5th foul on Robinson, and that's huge even with only 37 seconds to go.
She fouls out with 9 points, and she had 5 big ones here in the half. 51-50 at the line, though, is Elizabeth Anderson, the sophomore.
That's a big free throw for the sophomore.
I tell you. Ties it up. 3 points for Elizabeth. Second one, and she got them both. And the lead is 52-51 Mercy. Here comes Ashland with 36 seconds in regulation. Fouch, who's been big in the second half. to Alexis Robinson. Robinson being dogged there by Anderson. Robinson down to 20. They got plenty of time, Coach. 24 seconds. No need to rush at all. Here's a three off the front of the iron. No, and rebounded as Robinson fired it from deep three, and a foul's going to be called. Fouch picked up her second, but Coach, there was plenty of time left there, and you still got a lot of time, almost 17 seconds.
They hawked her down the floor pretty hard, and then she got there, and maybe she was a little further down than she thought, but Bewley right there with a really smart play. Grabbed that ball, knew they had to foul, didn't give it up, and put herself at the line for the bonus.
She's looking for her 17th point, knocks it down, but the thing that's key here, she has hit her last 6 free throws.
Yes, and she's really good at the line, and again, she knew they had to come foul her, just hung on to the ball and took the contact.
Bewley will be looking for her 18th point, and she'll be looking to put her ball club up 3, and she does. 54-51. It's going to take a 3 by Ashland to possibly send it to overtime, and they've got some three-point shooters. In this half alone, Robinson has hit she just fouled out, but looking at Haley Sue Fouch, she hit a 3, and Shelby Gransberry's hit a 3 here in the second half.
She has, and maybe, and again, the tough thing about Mercy is they've got about 4 different zones they can run at you here. My guess is they'll put a little pressure to try to get you to eat some clock up in the backcourt. You obviously, if you're Mercy, you know what Alexis Robinson is. You look for Coach Bradley to get some kind of screen or something to free her, to give her a look at a 3 or a chance to go to the rim. They've got time to get her to the rim and then call a timeout or try to trap and get a steal.
Outstanding ball game. Ashland was down 17, 1 foot in the grave, the other one heading in that direction. But they would have none of that. And I tell you what, I'm finding out a lot about this Ashland team, why they're so good, Coach. Haley Sue Fouch, she's been a superstar here with 13 points in the second half, averaging 17. She was held scoreless in the first half.
They've done a really nice. Again, they could have rolled over and ducked their head down and headed home, and they didn't do that. And they battled back, and they've given themselves an opportunity. Let's see if they can get a look at a 3 here. Again, 16 seconds. They have time to get to the rim and then call a timeout.
And, of course, Mercy with that patented press, they're going to try to cause a turnover here. 16.8 seconds. Ashland needs a 3 to tie. 54-51. Robinson across the line, and she's going to be fouled on a reach. But that's only the 5th team foul against Mercy. So Mercy's got that's what their coach told them. Hey, guys, we got a couple fouls to give here.
And they've got one more to give. You got to be a little careful on this end. You don't want to be fouling while she's going for the shot, but they do have another one to give.
Putting it in play will be Barber. She goes to Haley Sue Fouch. She's pushed, no call. And there is a late call, though. Yes, she was pushed, and finally a little delayed call there, but she was definitely pushed.
And she was. I don't know what Anderson was thinking there. She got by her, and she went up, and she did. She just reached out and pushed her.
Shoved her. Official there on a little late whistle, but, hey, it doesn't matter. Just blow it. And at the line will be Haley Sue Fouch with 13 here in the second half, and missed the free throw. That's a big miss right there.
Yeah.
That would have cut it to 2. Still 9 seconds to go here in the ballgame.
Got to get the board. If you're Ashland, you want to get the make and either call a timeout or press and try to steal that inbound.
Haley Sue Fouch trying to make it a 2-point ball game, and she rattles it in. 14 for her in the second half, 54-52. The winner gets E-Town, and Mercy calls a full timeout here by Mercy with 9.1 seconds to go here, 54-52. And Coach True, I really appreciate you working on the broadcast with me tonight, and William Warfield of PrepSpin, because a terrific job and a terrific ball game.
Well, it's been a great game tonight. It's been a great tournament. A lot of good teams here.
Yeah.
I really believe it's the best tournament in the state, especially as deep as the field is. And appreciate you guys being here and helping us out. It's an awesome event. 24 teams. 42 games over 5 days in 2 gyms. And, it's a great undertaking, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a great promotion for the game.
The championship will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and Christmas, of course, is just coming up in a couple of days, so that's really good. I think that's really good scheduling to play that title game at 3.
And the calendar worked out this real well for us. We'll have our 3rd, 4th place game, which will be East Carter, and the loser of this game at 1, and then that game at 3. So it really did work out well, and I think the teams have had a good experience. And again, it's just a great event, and it's a great showcase for girls basketball in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, y'all do a terrific job here at Lexington Catholic with this tournament. The boys' tournament will get underway the day after Christmas. So Brandon Salzman and Brad Carter and all the staff, they'll be right back at it, won't they?
They'll be right back at it.
And we'll be here for that, right, William, for the boys' tournament?
Yes, yep.
will be back here for the boys tournament. Yeah, that's a thumbs up from Williams. So looking forward to that. And we got the championship tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Inbound goes now quickly to Melanie Martin, and foul's going to be to Mallory Martin, excuse me.
Nice play out of the timeout. They throw it down the inbound, back to another girl stepping out of bounds, and then curl Merton off the screen and get your senior leader to the free throw line with 8 seconds to go.
Where she's hit her last 2 free throws. She has 12 points, had 10 in the first half for the Mercy Jaguars.
And she's played the last 4 minutes with 4 fouls, too.
Yep. She's looking for her 13th point, knocks it down. That's a big one. That puts them up 3. This is a huge one. This would put them up 2 possessions if she makes this with 8 seconds to go. So Mercy trying to pull it out here. What a great comeback, though, by the Lady Kittens of Ashland.
They put themselves in a hole early, and Mercy had a lot to do with that, and they battled back. It's been a really good game.
And the second one coming from Martin. Missed it. Rebounded, so three-pointer can tie. Here's Robinson. They're telling him not to foul. Robinson open from 3. Launches off the mark and rebounded by Mercy. And Mercy's going to go to the championship. Nice rebound there by Bewley. And Mercy heads to the championship. Coach True, they escape. And I say escape because Ashland came back and had the lead late. 55-52. It is Mercy getting the victory. They will play E-Town in the championship tomorrow at 3.
It was all about the start for Mercy. They got that lead early, and Ashland spent a lot of energy trying to come back. Again, just a great game, and I can't say enough about Keith Vashtan and Mercy. The team was really struggling a couple weeks ago. People were down on them, and they got back in the gym and got after it, and they're really playing well right now. Ashland had a great tournament. I mean, they beat Butler yesterday, defending state champion. They've had a great run, and I'm sure them and East Carter will have a good one tomorrow.
And it was a terrific game, won by Mercy, 55-52. And, Coach, my star of the game has to be Hannah Bewley, Coach, because she hit the big free throws. She had a big first half with 11 points for Mercy.
Yeah, she really did. She hit the threes early. She handled the ball. And, again, little things like coaches look for. She caught the ball. She knew they had to come foul her. She's the best free throw shooter on the team. She just held on to it, took the contact, and went down and hit the free throws. Again, outstanding effort by Mercy all the way around. Great tournament for them.
And a great effort by the Ashland Lady Kittens. What a terrific ball game. They were down 17, as Coach True said. Could have folded to 10, but they did not. They battled back, actually had the lead in the fourth quarter, and Mercy pulls it out behind some great free throw shooting late in the game by Bewley, and also Martin. She hit some big free throws as well. 55-52. Mercy moves on to take on E-Town, and the championship. We'll take a quick break, come back, tell you about the championship tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It will be E-Town taking on Mercy tomorrow at 3. We'll return here on PrepSpin and wrap things up here at the Traditional Bank.
I know you young people said to yourselves, I am going to live a purposeful life.
And I say to you, during your 4 years of college is a time to enlarge your souls. And the way to enlarge your lives is to so broadcast your life into the lives of others that it will return to you 100-fold.
Here at Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac, we understand life gets busy. That's why LeachmanAuto.com is a convenient way to search for the best deals on over 300 new and used vehicles. Appraise your vehicles through Black Book. Check your credit. Chat with one of our customer care representatives to get all the information you need to purchase your next dream car, as well as review a complete Carfax history report on the used vehicle of your choice. It's one more way for Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac to serve you better.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
Yeah, it's been a great experience for them.
Yeah, it's fun. Welcome back, Gary Ball, Scott True, William Warfield, and let's give our camera lady some love again, Coach.
Emma Eiler on the camera tonight. She does an awesome job. She's put in untold hours in this gym too, and my son Troy's been over here, and under the direction of Mr. Warfield over here, they do awesome, and it's been a great thing. It enhances our tournament. But those two young people have done a great job, especially Emma tonight on that camera.
You know, you don't know what a luxury it is for parents or grandparents who can't attend get to the Catholic gym to be able to watch their kids play. And I mean, it's such a great feature that William has put together with PrepSpin, and just glad to be a part of it. We hope we did the game justice tonight, because this really was an outstanding game.
It really was. And again, it looked like early Mercy's going to run away with it, and they came out, and as I told my kids tonight, Mercy's going to come out and they're going to hit you early, and you got to be ready. And Ashland got on their heels a little bit, missed some shots. In the second half, again, they took care of their turnovers. They did a better job on the glass, and they actually came back and took a lead. Free throws down the stretch. Mercy hit some big free throws when they needed them, executed maybe a little bit better. Alexis Robinson had a couple chances to tie it for Ashland, but they were tough contested threes. And that's what Mercy makes you do. And it should be a good game tomorrow. A couple weeks ago, E-Town played Mercy and handled them pretty well. But as I said earlier off the air to you, this Mercy team is not the same one that was playing. If you watch the film and you didn't know it was the same kids, you'd think it was a different team. Playing a lot better, and Keith's done a great job, and it'll be a great championship game tomorrow.
Mercy was led by Hannah Bewley tonight. She had 18 points. She's my star of the game, unofficial. Woods had 10. 14 for Martin, as you said, Coach, hit some free throws there late. So did Bewley. 4 for Anderson, 4 for Schmitz. I thought Schmitz did a terrific job off the bench, especially when Lamley got those 4 fouls.
Great spark plug, give him some energy off the bench.
Stovall with 4 points. Lamley had 2, but did have 5 assists, most of those in the first half. For the Lady Kittens, Alexis Robinson with a dozen on my unofficial scoring sheet. 9 for Makaza, who fouled out Robinson. 14 for Haley Sue Fouch, all 14 in the second half.
Great second half for her, and they needed her scoring, and she really led the charge bringing them back.
14 for Gransberry. That's right at about her average. 3 for Hammond and 2 for Barber. That's your unofficial scoring tonight. Mercy wins at 55-52. For William Warfield, our producer, for Scott True on color, this is Gary Ball saying thanks for listening tonight on PrepSpin. Join us for the championship tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It'll be E-Town taking on Mercy. We'll have the championship at 3 o'clock. Coach Justin Cheatham will join me for that broadcast tomorrow. The former Tates Creek coach is scheduled to be in the house, so we'll check with him. Coach True, you're welcome to join us as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And for Scott True, Gary Ball, again, Mercy wins at 55-52 over Ashland. Until the championship game tomorrow at 3 o'clock, thanks for listening to watching the Traditional Bank Lexington Catholic Holiday Tournament here at Lexington Catholic. Good evening, everyone.